Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. I'm your host, Mike Barrett in Seattle, Washington, joined again, as I always am, by the lovely lady with the lustrous hair from Hayden, Idaho, Jennifer Faladori, my co-host, Jen. How are you doing? How was your weekend? It sounds like it was kind of exhausting, actually.
I'm exhausted, but yeah. I'm still here, so I made it. I made it to work.
Okay, so anybody who feels bad, I want you to look right there and see that there's a kitty there. And as long as you have a kitty, you're good. As long as there's a cat around, life is good. So just relax and look at the kitty and everything will calm down. Okay, a couple of news items real quick. Wanted to get over, talked to Mark Z over the weekend, and Mark reported today that the rumors that Nick Fleming, who is kind of a dinar guru guy, has passed are not confirmed. His own people are not confirming them. He did send out a message, some months ago that he was terminally ill. However, it is not known if he's passed yet. I sure would like him to get across the finish line on this, as we do seem to be rather close. Also, Nader from the Middle East did another video this morning. Not really any news out of Iraq, talking about, they've got to pass this, they've got to pass that. That's all bullshit. Okay. Iraq can go, I think, anytime they want to go. And it's really up to them when they do that. And all this stuff about having to pass this law or read this in 3 times, in the Arabic world, to get a divorce, all you have to do is say, I divorce you, I divorce you, I divorce you 3 times, and you're divorced. That's like, wow, I wish we could do that in the US. But that's what this whole reading the law 3 times thing comes around. It's actually kind of BS, and they can do that anytime they want. So don't believe in any of that stuff. And then I had to post yesterday about him saying, the rates, you're not going to get more than 3, maybe 4, probably 1. It's not going to any rumors you see of it going higher than that, like $16, which, Jen, I think that's your prediction. Shabibi also predicted that, or said that the former head of the CBI said that years ago. You're not going to get that. You're not going to get $28.50. $28.50 is a private contract rate. So I just want to explain again what I explained in my quickie video I did on Telegram yesterday, which is that he's living in the Middle East. He has dinars. I think he's formerly an Iraqi citizen. And I think he might be living in Kuwait now. I'm not sure where exactly he lives, but he's seen everything from on the ground. So from that perspective, his input is valuable. He doesn't understand the bigger global stuff that's going on here, the global currency reset. That's not really his area of expertise. So just because he says that, don't take it seriously. I have heard from very solid people, Shabibi himself said $16 is a viable rate, and the $28.50 rate is a rumored rate for private oil for dinar contracts. Whether it ever gets to that or not, I don't know. But I want to remind you of what Jen said on this show a week ago, which is what the archangels told her. Okay, the rates are going to be a lot higher than you think when you get in there, and they're going to be all over the place between now and then. So everybody's been saying in the dinar community, and Jen, I know you're getting ready to move in some extra dogs and some extra family into your house. You haven't paid any attention to this, but everybody's been saying, well, the rates are all over the place. The rates keep changing on the screens, and people keep reporting different rates, and they're all over the place. And all I know is that the real rates look like they're going to be really, really good when you get in there for your exchange. So basically, Jentel confirms left and right all week from the Dinar Guru community. And I know
you haven't read my Jentel today.
Yeah, I have not read it yet.
Read the first
line. I have not had a chance to read it. So with that, I thought we would lead into you reading your Jentel, and I can hear it just like everybody else. So let me turn the chat off. Let me get you your Jentel banner. Here we go, and give you the floor.
All right.
There you go.
Well, situation update from Archangel Gabriel today. Very short and sweet because I'm really tired, and he actually told me to go lay down. But I can't do that. So I said, as far as the RV is concerned, where are we? He said, we are near. Iraq is negotiating terms now. Rates will be higher on the screens, and that is at redemption than the reports. It's interesting you just said that.
Yeah.
I said U.S. Treasury liquid when? First he said Wednesday, and me not even knowing what the date is today, I said, okay, so can you say it again? He said the 9th. And so then I looked, and Wednesday's the 9th, I believe. Yes. And he said February 12th through the 17th is an important time for the transition. Biden will sink his own ship. So I think that when I got that information, we're also talking about, he said, for the transition. So Biden being removed is part of that transition. And I was asking about him. So right now in the redemption process, Iraq is coming in too low and is negotiating for a higher rate. But he kept saying that he's negotiating with the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Which didn't make sense to me, but I wrote it down because he said the rest of the world many times.
Yep.
That's where we are with that. The earthquake. I know you guys are going to ask me. I did see something about an earthquake. He said that there was an underground river system that collapsed, causing this earthquake. And that was natural. That river system fell in. But an underground tunnel system caused that collapse. So I don't think anybody just I think something was done with the tunnel system earlier on, but because it wasn't done right and they didn't anticipate, they didn't really take a look at the structure of the ground and its integrity, that happened. So that's what I'm getting on that. Then he looks at me, and I'm so tired. I've been working nonstop. My feet hurt. I was up all night because my feet hurt so bad. And then I had this neck ache. And because I've been working so hard, just 24/7 around this house and then on everything else I have to do. So I'm behind on my emails for scheduling, guys. Don't get mad at me. And I'm behind on my healing. So I will get those done today and tomorrow. But I got a full week of readings too. And then we've got everybody and their dogs moving in tonight for the final move-in, and they're going to introduce the dogs. And so pray for the 5 dogs that everybody gets. Thank you very much. Then he looks at me and says, possible wind event. Because I asked him, I said, is there any tragic events, anything coming to the U.S.? And he said possible wind event. Well, he said wind event. I put possible. But wind event coming. Watch the weather. He said on the north coast. And he probably said that because it's probably me at the northwest. Because we love to have wind events. And I don't know when that's coming. But then I look up and the wind starts blowing. The tree outside starts going wild. And I'm like, are you serious? I'm just... I've got enough to do here. I don't need blackouts and trees falling on the house. So, North Coast, I don't know if that is east or west, but keep an eye on the weather for wind events. That's about it for today. I didn't really get much today on anything, because that's all I can basically do. I'm really tired, and I'm clutching my coffee, but I'm here for all of you.
Okay. Well, what more can anybody ask for?
I don't know.
Jen.
I don't know.
Thank you. Yeah. That fits with pretty much everything that the Iraqis are negotiating the rate right now. And again, there's possibly 3 rates. There's a public rate. There's international. There's public rate in Iraq. There's an international rate. There's the private negotiated rates? Who knows? And, that part about it being they're negotiating with the rest of the world is absolutely accurate because they're the cornerstone of this entire global currency thing, reset that's going on. So really think that that's very important stuff. So, it's kind of right on. And I think we just sit back and wait. I also want to remind everybody, Jen, that about a month ago, give or take, I think it might have even been before Christmas, you said you got Watch the Skies. And the drama we had unfold this week with the allegedly Chinese balloon that flew over the U.S. It was finally shot down yesterday once it got out to sea. So yeah, the Biden administration shot it down after it was done spying over 18 of our military bases. So I want to ask a few questions about the Chinese balloon as part of the Jentel segment, if you don't mind. Can we ask some questions? Maybe get Gabe on the line or Michael. Michael's the archangel of battle and war.
Okay,
and stuff.
Let's talk to Michael.
See how Michael's doing. All right. Was it a Chinese balloon?
No, it's ours.
It's ours. Okay. Was it spying?
It was set up as a distraction.
Okay.
It was set up to inform the public, to try and set up a narrative that we are being infiltrated or attacked by another country.
Okay. So trying to beat the drums of war then.
Yeah. Like, oh, look,
okay.
What's that? Like they would need a balloon. In today's day and age, to spy on us. We wouldn't need a balloon.
Yeah, well, you have little microscopic, fake crickets that fly around with cameras on them. That they
and
put
they
out
just
there.
attack you through your phone. I mean,
yeah. And TikTok. Well, half the country has TikTok on their phones. So, again, they're spying on you constantly with that.
Well, I mean, I told Katie the other day, I said, we're all being spied on. Oh, we are on the phones? I said, yeah, watch what you say. And I said, watch this. I would really love a blender. I really should buy a blender. I should get a blender. I would like a blender. I open up, I said, now watch this. I open up Facebook, blenders. It's like appliances, everywhere I went. Spammed. And it's like, if they really wanted to do something, another country, they're not going to send in a balloon. And how the hell did it get here?
Yeah.
So you're telling me that a balloon, it doesn't make any sense.
No, but there are a lot of Chinese infiltration of British Columbia, so they could have just launched it from British Columbia right up into the jet stream and let it carry across the U.S. They could have done.
Well, yeah, they could, but you expect anything in the air at this day and age with all the military aircraft in the air is just going to say, "Oh, look at that! China's got a spy balloon in the air. Well, let's see what happens."
Yeah, but it's a distraction, so
it's been allowed to happen and to be seen.
Right. And is it partly to show Biden as being weak and impotent? Is that part of it?
Well, it is. That's so this is hard to explain because I swing back and forth with it, because if Biden is controlled, which I believe he is, like I said before, you got to have something major take him out quick. We cannot have this long drawn out investigations and impeachments and all this crap that can just take forever.
Yeah.
It's got to be something major. It's either serious incompetence, and I always got that he is removed when he tries to start a world war. So he could retaliate in some way, use this, and it could be part of the script. Like, we'll send the balloon up. Okay, it's time to, for this chapter. And, Biden went and did this in retaliation for spying on our country or whatever. We'll see what happens. But it's all tied in with that.
Right. Okay. So I'm trying to find a video. Again, I think of things afterwards. I'm unprepared. But if I go to let me go to Candace's page. She may have it. There was video released of an explosion over Billings, Montana in the air. And then something that looked like a balloon falling to the ground. And they're now officially saying it. Well, there was no explosion, but I'm pretty sure I saw a video of this thing on. It was like a Fox News video. Let me see if I can go dig it up. But do you have any impressions about what that was all about? Was there really an explosion?
Well, my impression is pretty stupid to float a freaking balloon that could be possibly spying on us over either Idaho or Montana, because we'll all shit down. I mean, just if we get to it, I mean, we don't really have a whole lot to do over here. So some of these people, it's just funny to me. It's funny to me.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when Antifa tried to come into our town, and it's so funny. Ran with their tail between
how'd that
their
work
legs.
out for you? Yeah, how'd that work out for you? All right, let me see if I can find it, but okay, so Jen, that's not really what I want to know though. I mean, I want to know was there a second balloon that was shot down? Well, first of all, let's just go with, was there an explosion that this lady filmed? Because it sure looks like it.
There was an explosion. I don't see what it's from. I don't see why you would have to blow up a balloon. You just pop the damn thing, just torpedo it or something. I don't know. He said you can't say what that explosion was from.
Oh, you're not allowed. They don't want you to say.
Yeah, I don't see it. He's not going to tell me. So I don't get myself in trouble.
Something's falling out of the sky. Okay, well, that's fair enough. Then we won't do that.
Yeah, that rarely happens.
All right. Yeah, so the latest news update is that we're just waiting. We're waiting for Iraq to pull the trigger in a public way. Not in a private way, but in a public way. Mick Fleming, for what we can tell, the reports are unconfirmed of his passing. And if he does pass, we're sorry about that. Everybody else says we're just waiting. Everybody else says it's ready.
That's too bad. That's too bad when somebody's into something for so long and then they die before they get to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is another reason why I curse the people that have taken this damn long to get things going. It should have happened. I mean, what if it happens? What if Mark passed before it happened? That would be terrible.
Oh my God! Don't say that. Don't say that.
Well, but he's been helping people. I mean,
it's like same thing. Yeah, it's sad. It's like my stepmother waiting her whole life, and this whole life for retirement with so many plans, and she died of cancer at 64.
Yeah.
Never got to do it.
Nope. Okay, I want to ask you one more question on the Jentel. Gabriel said, it was Gabriel, right? It doesn't say on the Jentel. It was Gabriel.
Yeah.
That you talked to.
Yes, I'm trying to write it on there for later, but I've gone through 3 pens that don't work now.
On the RV, he said near.
That is not a near rate.
Is it? I was going to say, no. Is it NEER or NEAR? Okay.
NEAR. Like it's near.
Yeah.
He'll use terms and words, just say things so that I'm like, okay, near, close, yes, happening. They're different than what I would say or what I was thinking.
Okay. All right, guys. Let's see. We got how many people? We got like we have one person watching on Rumble. Somehow I think that's we got about 600 people watching on Rumble and YouTube. Thank you for being here. As always, I want to let you guys know that these videos will be pulled down off of YouTube almost as soon as this is completed. The show is completed, and you can go to mikebarrett.blogspot.com to pick up this show and all the other shows that we do, up to and including other people's information when it is important and relevant. Phil Godlewski, for instance, has had nothing that I think is particularly important or relevant right now, because he doesn't talk about the currency reset except in very vague, obscure terms. He's got his own thing going, so Phil's not going to be very valuable, and that's what's going on right now. Also, please do not forget to visit our wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus, at thecbdgurus.com, or you them up at 612-412-8343 and pick up all kinds of cool products for your health. CBD products, natural products for your health. Go to the wholesale tab, select the Mike B Wholesale. That's the second option down, like I'm doing on my screen right now. Type in the discount code ALIEN, no uppercase, no S on the end. It's not aliens, it's ALIEN. And you can pick out your specials. If you spend $25, you'll throw in $1 million Boulevard. If you spend $50, you'll throw in $2 million. All kinds of cool stuff. We've got some specials on the gummies, on the oils, the super immunity formulas, the sleep formulas, the Delta 8 and Delta 9 gummies, and the weight loss. Combine that with the weight loss from Jen. And my favorites, personal favorites, the CBD pet oil. Get 3 bottles of that. You get $1 million Boulevard along with it. So as the delays continue on the revaluation process, you still have time to grab some Boulevard just in case it ends up being worth something. But go to the cbdgurus.com. What a great deal. How can you beat that? What a great deal. All kinds of cool products over there. And Jen, why don't you tell us what's going on over at jenniferfallah.com today?
Okay, well, I'm still taking psychic development students for private coaching. I am having the best time with this. This is so exciting because just hearing about everybody's experiences and evaluating their gifts and everything like that. So you want this deal, the price is going to go up because that is basically, you're getting 4 1-hour coaching sessions bi-weekly or monthly, and then you're getting all the classes for very little money. So go and get that now. I'm going to pull it down soon when I get enough students. So if you want to do it now. The other, I also have lots of other things going on out there. If you need a house cleanse, go to Marcy. If you need anything, mediumship reading, go to Susan. It's down there. Just scroll the page. We have healing combos. We have all kinds of stuff, weight loss combos. But right now, what I wanted to tell everybody is that I am giving away all the classes for $100 donation so that I give away healings to people on Fridays. I'm going to stop giving all the classes away for $100 because it's about, $350, $400 savings. So if you want that, if you have been really wanting those classes, go and make a $100 donation of the love button right there. Then email me and said I donated to the effort. We're going to be giving away more free healings this Friday on the show, and I will be putting up a post on Thursday on Telegram, Philosophy on Telegram, for everyone who wants to request a free healing for somebody. So this week is the last. We're still going to do the free healing giveaways and stuff every week, but I'm not going to keep giving away all the classes for $100 every week forever. So if you want those, get them this week. What's it? You're muted.
What you do with Jen is you email her at jmfallah.com and tell her what you bought, and then she will go take care of it. Right, Jen?
Right.
And
communication is good.
That's right. Okay, so let's go see what everybody else wants to talk about here. Sandy says, Jen, I had to do the hardest thing and let my cat leave me about a month ago. His name was Little One, and he was 21 years old.
Man, you're lucky to have that cat for 21 years.
Yeah. Can you see how he's doing? How is Little One doing? Sandy's kitty, Little One. I'm sure he's doing great.
Sits right next to you most of the time. Still around a lot. Because animals can feel that energetic connection. You're missing them, they're missing you, and they're just kind of like, I'm right here. Fine. Doing absolutely fine, going back and forth. Not earthbound. They go back and forth to heaven. Because spirit travels at the speed of thought. So they go home there and they do something there, and then they think of you again, and they're back. So.
You know, I sent you a link to a movie today, a YouTube documentary. It's 2 parts. Something about a spirit box. This guy who's a medium built a box, like a old school radio box with certain languages he input, and then he tries to communicate with like Frank Sinatra, Marilyn Monroe, Elvis, and he talks to them. And then at the end, he actually interviewed Buddha and Jesus, and it was really interesting. I wanted you to watch the movie and tell me what you thought about it. Something like Spirit Box. It was pretty amusing. And then this voice comes out of the radio. Oh, don't be that way. Don't be that way. Just be open-minded and try to relax. You're giving me that look.
I've been in spiritual community for like 25 years. Okay, so I know what spirit boxes are, but when you do something like that, you're giving any bad guy around a vehicle to mess with you and to pose as somebody else. Now, first of all, people that are passed on to the other side, it's very, very hard to record voices that are that high vibrational. Okay? We've tried it in the past. You can pick up a spectrum of vibration on something like that. For earthbound spirits, the dark spirits, really easy.
They talked about that. I mean, he talked about the things he tries to do to keep that from happening, and it was pretty.
I don't know everything.
I know. I just thought you should watch it and just give me a general. Try to be open minded when you watch it. I thought it was pretty interesting and amusing, especially when Jesus said, "There is no karma." He said, "There's no karma. Karma, the biggest bullshit that gets fed around the spiritual community is karma." But I think what he meant by that is there's only karma if you choose to engage in karma. It's like if you forgive yourself, which his whole existence is all about, then there doesn't have to be any karma. If you're free from karma, if you accept Jesus and turn all your sins over to him, then you're good.
There is a ripple effect of choices and actions. And I don't believe in the concept of the negative aspect of karma.
Yeah.
But I do believe that the soul seeks a balanced experience in incarnating. And so let's say you wronged somebody in another life and didn't really get it. So in this life, you may experience the same thing, and it could be by the same individual. It could be a reverse, right? But that is the soul's choice. So it's not inflicted karma.
Right.
So I would agree with that.
That experience, yeah. By the way, I have a love button too. Cash App, $MBara33, and Zelle, MBARA33 at MSN.com. If you'd like to help me keep the doors open, keep the show going, every little bit helps. Okay. Cherry says, question for Jen. My teenager just texted me from school and she has an excruciating headache and said she feels her nose might bleed. Please ask God, Jesus, what's going on. Trusting a doc is slim. Okay, so she has a bad headache. It might be bleeding from her nose.
Teenager, Cherry Heart. I really need a name to zoom in on this kid. Listen, when you're in the nurse's office and you're a teenager and you really want to come home because you stayed up all night on your phone or whatever, and you might have a slight headache and your nose feels like you feel like sinus pressure. She has a sinus infection, actually. I just saw that.
Okay.
She has a sinus infection, but she's not dying. She just
get her to the doc, get her on prednisone and antibiotics, and she'll be fine in a couple of days. So, Christine Packer, Jen, you do survive on chaos with all that's going on. You still maintain and look lovely. You are a champion.
Thank you.
That's very sweet.
I love you, Christine, for saying that.
So. Is it Christine that won? Christine won the T-shirt, didn't she?
No, that was Regina.
Regina got the T-shirt.
Because I knew Regina slapped that thing right on. She looks good in it.
She looks very good in it. Good in it. And I was trying to talk to her last night on Telegram. I found out that I'm limited on Telegram because I'm accused of spam, and I'm like, I've never spammed anything privately.
Everybody's impersonating us.
Well, I think it's because of the people that are impersonating us that are trying to get us nailed for spam. Yeah, that's probably what's going on. So fuck those people. Okay, let me this. Let's go over to Rumble, Jen, and see what's up going on over there. Nadine Korn would like to thank everyone for the prayers and the healing I'm giving to my partner after her heart attack. Thank you, everyone, so much. She had to have 2 stents and is doing well. Well, that's good that she's doing better, but 2 stents is never fun. Hey, didn't the Chinese say it was a weather balloon? Why didn't they just say it's not theirs? Because the Chinese government, Xi, is one of the white hats. So they're setting this whole thing up to make Biden look bad. And then did you see the Biden people try to say, oh, there were 3 weather balloons that came over the U.S. when Trump was president. And everybody in the Trump administration is like, no, there weren't. You fucking liars. There's just their lies are so transparent, right? How about the other balloons over Latin America and the second one over the U.S.? Well, we don't know about this. Jennifer, would the fake 46 State of the Union address on Tuesday be the first arrest will shock the world moment? I don't know.
That would be good TV. I would tune in for that. That would be fun.
Okay, Lucy says, hi, Jen. Recently, my daughter, it really helps if we have her name. Guys, again, for readings, we need your real name and the other person or pet's real name. That really helps. Let's try it anyway. Lucy, Jen, my daughter has had 2 coughing seizures in the middle of the night that wakes her up. She has no other symptoms or coughs during the day, only after she falls asleep. Any idea? Again,
coughing
really help.
Seizures?
Coughing like fits. I think she's more like, just coughing really bad.
Yeah, it's in her bronchial tubes, and when you lay down, it bubbles out and it gets in the throat. She needs some antibiotics.
Kubert's mom says, I placed an order with the CBD Gurus using the code ALIEN, and I got some Dinar and Bolivar. Wow. Those guys, cool. Lucas and Nat over at the CBD Gurus, they'll just throw all kinds of stuff in there. Also, awesome. my son loves the CBD bath bombs. Well, Kubert's mom, if your son ever wants to have a girlfriend, I would advise him not to tell a girl that he uses I use bath bombs. I love it. Yeah. Not the most masculine thing you want to tell a girl, right?
Yeah.
All right. Uncle Ron's here. Chris Iverson is here. Robert Charles Zem is here. The guys with the wrenches. The wrench ass kickers are over there. Okay. Sandy's here. Marianella. Roy Feiner. How you doing? Hi, Glenn. Okay. I'm going to ask you again on Friday. Who's going to win the Super Bowl, the Eagles or the Chiefs? Just tell me. Just tell me.
I don't usually get that.
The Eagles.
Twice.
Just tell me. Who do you think is going to win? Quick. Eagles, Chiefs.
Chiefs.
It's not that hard. Chiefs? Yeah. Eagles will win.
Why you even ask me then? Don't ask me then. Like my husband. It's like, nah, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? And I tell him, and he's like, no. I'm like, don't ask me that.
Is Manchester City going to fire Pep Guardiola, please? Please let me do that. Mike, love that you did that video. It was great to keep us updated and straight. I'm going to probably do more of that. I don't really like taking videos from my right side because my left side's my good side. But anyway, I just thought I'd do it because people are getting all wigged out because, Nader doesn't set the rate. Okay, Nader's just reporting to you what he feels on the ground. And his experience doesn't have anything. He doesn't really know much about the global currency reset and all that stuff.
All right, so that's 3 pens that don't work. What is going on?
Don't know what that is. Layla says you look very beautiful, Jennifer.
Thank you. Thank you.
There's Sandy's. I was flying my kite this weekend and hit a Chicom spy balloon. Ron says 17th is the day Jen said I get my payday. Okay, well, let's not hold Jen to exact dates, all right? We don't know when this thing is going to go down, but we're hoping.
Good, Ron.
Thanks a lot, Ron. Nice payday on the 17th. Well, I wish I'd be happy if the new gen crypto would just come.
That was the appointment.
Yeah. Well, that's when it ends up in there. We had heavy winds yesterday, blowing sound. Oh, by the way, people are posting on my Telegram the explosion. Oh, a nuclear reactor blew up in Turkey. First of all, nuclear reactors can't and don't explode. Okay. Secondly, that's the Beirut explosion from the fertilizer factory from a few years ago. A lot of banter going back and forth here. Rosemary Limo, Jen, I talked with my friend Shirley. She told me she feels better than she has in a while. It was ovarian cancer that she had surgery for. I think you did a healing on Rosemary's friend, right?
I don't know if I did it yet. I have to go look.
February 9th is Thursday. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, it is. Oh, crap. All right, Thursday.
Well, but Jen.
Is it today?
Guys. It'll be our Wednesday when it's the 9th in Australia. Yes. That's okay.
Close
It doesn't matter.
enough.
Wednesday, Thursday. It's the same day. When it's Thursday for us, it's already Friday in Australia. When it's Wednesday for them, it's Tuesday.
So I heard Wednesday, and then I said, can you say it again? He said the 9th. And so I was like, oh, clearly heard 9th. And I'm thinking, is that Wednesday? And I don't know. I just totally...
If it happens in the middle of the night, it'll be Thursday. It'll be Thursday the 9th in Australia, but it'll still be Wednesday here for us.
Who cares? So. Same. Close enough.
It depends.
Still happening. That's what's important.
Could the balloon be a NASA satellite? Well, apparently not. Apparently it was not a NASA satellite. There absolutely was an explosion. Yeah, I thought earlier that there was a video of the explosion and then something falling out of the skies, but now I can't seem to find that video. So looks like they've erased that, because officially the position is there was no explosion over Billings, Montana, except people got it on video. So yeah, I heard that Biden said to shoot it down on Wednesday, but the White House, the real control guys, I guess, shut it down on Saturday. Jen, did Biden give any orders? Let's just ask this question. Did Biden give any orders about shooting it down?
He can't give any orders.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Did he actually give an order? It's all illusion. They're trying to make you think that he gave the order. Hey, Jen, you said my wife and I are home for Valentine's Day, planning a trip. Any insight on where we will be traveling?
Well, if the RV hits, you're going to want to stay home. I'm going to stick with what I originally said.
Yeah, AJ Ferreira. Hey, all the normies freaking out about a balloon that might have an EMP device on it is laughable. The Chinese don't need a balloon if they really wanted the EMP, as some people are so gullible. Yep. Rumble is not, people keep I hear Mark Z bitching about Rumble all the time, and I never have a single problem with it. So maybe it's because Mark has 20,000 people on his stream and I have, a couple thousand. So Victoria's here. Hi. Okay. Question for Jen. This is Patrick. Will I help or hurt myself if I challenge my annual review at work? Okay. Well, should he appeal it? Should he challenge it, or should he just let it go?
With these people, you're going to end up hurting yourself.
Jen, Regina wants to know, the lady with the t-shirt. Jen, do I need to get much better at meditation before taking the psychic development? Thank you.
No. I teach everything where you could just pick it up. I teach it very simply. So thank you, Chris. No.
And Sarah, this
I
is for you.
walk you through the whole thing, and then it's up to you. I give you the trunk and the branches, and you put on the leaves.
Noyes girl, Patriot Noyes. Is it Michelle? Michelle's your real name. Again, guys, real names, please. Hi, Jen. I had to put down my pug Misha 3 years ago and was just thinking about her the other day. Could you ask how is she doing and that she knows I miss her? I'm sure she knows you miss her. Aurora knows I miss her.
See, the thing is that they know that you miss them because it calls them to calls them to you. They don't translate it the same. They just mommy wants me or daddy wants me. And they don't miss you so much because they come to see you. They miss the holding and the cuddling and all that and the food. But it's interesting the way animals think. But she knows you love her, yeah.
I have my stuffed cuddle clone of Aurora. Does she know? I mean, can she feel it when I pet her under the chin or pet her little head on the cuddle clone? Or does it not? She doesn't really feel it. She just knows that I do it. I mean, I kind of have it so I can snuggle with her once in a while. Let her know that I'm thinking about her.
All I see is this cat watching you do it. Like I'm right here. So I can...
But I can't see you or feel you.
I know. Yeah, well, I can't help that. But, like, that's how animals think differently than we do. It's very simple.
I'm right here, Dad. Hi, Jen. My son Adam has a spreading skin condition on his leg for 10 months now. Doctors' pills and creams have not helped. What do you see? Thank you. That's Karen asking about her son Adam.
Well, it's deep down in the layers of skin, and these creams and stuff really aren't getting down into there. I really do believe it's like fungal by nature, parasitic. So, you know what we might want to think about taking an anti-parasitic.
Anti-parasitic, yeah, you might want to.
But I tell you what to take. I can't tell you what to give him.
No, but you might want to think about contacting somebody like, I don't know, Dr. Brooks Agnew on his blog and picking up some anti-parasitics.
Yeah, he got a hold of something. Either bit him or somehow this got into the, like, if it's from a cut or something, got into the layers of skin, and now it's in there. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you to everyone who donated. Kenneth wants to know if there are balls of yarn in heaven.
It's everything you want in heaven. Yeah. You know why? Because you create with thought, and it's there.
I got into so much trouble. I posted my scar, or my bandage, and part of my Masonic tattoo was showing on Facebook. Oh, you're a Mason? No, I'm not. It was a drunk night in Vegas with a limo and a stripper. Okay, that's where that comes from. Told the story a million times. What platform did you watch that movie on, Mike? It was YouTube, and I would look for Spirit Box and Craig. Guy's name is Craig. It was a fun movie to watch, whether you buy any of it or not. Jen, do you ever communicate with Mary, the mother of Jesus?
I have a few times.
Yeah.
But not often, except in Hail Mary, praying.
Yeah.
Not often.
Ron says that his greyhound Lily is having a problem with her mouth. Can you see anything that's going on in there?
What is that? This feels like, I feel like the tongue's inflamed, and I feel like this is like yeast related.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
David Murtos says, Jen, my wife Jackie is going to China soon. Will she be okay, and will she be able to come back?
David Murtos. She might stay a little longer, but she'll be back.
Interesting. Be careful of the vaccines. My sister took a bunch of vaccines to go to China, and it affected her emotional stability for years. They traced it back to the vaccines that she took. Forgiveness is the key. Once you feel and accept God's pure forgiveness and realize we are all worthy, forgiving others is automatic. I'm not talking about forgiving others. I'm talking about karma, forgiving yourself for anything you may have done in this life. And Regina says she loves the shirt. Good for you. Cindy says sinus infections suck. I have one now, and hubby's going to pick up my antibiotics at CVS. Now, don't fool around with the antibiotics. Go for the azithromycin high strength stuff. Because I went through, Jen, I went through in the fall and summer, I went through, 3 or 4 months of just kind of a constant sinus infection. And they gave me all these pussy-ass antibiotics. And finally, the doctor put me on 250 milligrams azithromycin. And my whole head drained out like the first day I was on it within 24 hours. Boom. So I went and finished them off. But get the good stuff. Don't get the bad stuff. What's going on with the train derailment in Ohio? What was on the train that caused such a huge fire? That's a good question. I don't really know. I don't know much about that.
I don't know. Some kind of error. Somebody made an error.
Okay. So it's just an accident. Jen, they're putting up fences around the Capitol again. Why are they doing
I don't know.
Well, guys, events. Remember, this whole thing is event driven. And once you're in for the RV, that's when you should be buying all the supplies you're going to need to shut down, because then the political stuff's going to happen right after the RV. So, yeah.
It just says for coming events. So I don't really know.
For coming event. Because shiz is going to hit the fizzle. Laura Yoder says, when I'm out and about, strangers are always confessing or confiding in me in grocery stores, etc. And people always stare at me. I knew a guy once who he was the guy that people always cut through the line on. And he goes, watch. So he stood in line, got really close to the person in front of him. And then everybody that would come up to the line would cut in front of him, ask, excuse me. And it was true. What the hell? Is there something about her energy?
It's psychic or an empath trait. Probably an empath. People confess to you because empaths are like the Leslie. Empaths are like the air cleaners of the world when it comes to energy. And so what you do naturally is pull in the negative energy and push it out clean. And sometimes that's why people, can be very social, but they want to retreat for a while because they're full and then you get rid of it. But that's why everybody wants to be around you, especially, and that's why we so many negative people tend to flock to us. But you just feel better. People have done that to me my whole life. I don't know why I just feel like I tell you everything. It really confused me when it was guys, like I could just tell you anything. And I'm just like, okay. Then they go out with somebody else. So it's like, okay.
I feel like you're my best friend. Oh, look. Boobs.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's guys. That's the way we are.
But yeah, it's an empath trait. And I don't know what the staring
My lifetime
people
friend
stare
Manny,
at me all the time too. And I'm like,
yeah. I knew a psychic once. She could see angels. And she would, I could never talk. I'd try to talk to her because she's kind of cute. Stacy. Hey, Stacy, she wouldn't talk to me. She'd just leave. And I'd be like, finally I pulled her over and I'm like, what the fuck? Why don't you even talk to me? Give me the time of day. And she's like, well, because you got 9 angels behind you and they're too bright and I can't look at you. And I was like, oh, okay. I guess that explains it. So some people are sensitive. They see that in others. They see what's going on with other people. My lifetime friend, Manny, is sound asleep. So you think there's a chance he might wake up, although it is not likely. It's Karen. I think people, if they're going to wake up, they're woken up.
not likely is right.
Here's a good one. I'm Barbara. Will my Mardi Gras float crew win the costume contest tonight? Well, we can certainly hope so.
Why don't you wait and see? I don't want to ruin that.
But she is smiling. The Mary Mother of Jesus question again. Was the Grammys part of the show? Of course it was. They're trying to go to the extreme satanic side of things, so people reject them.
Is that what I saw? Somebody posting everybody in like devil horns and red and fire and
yeah.
Are you serious?
Somebody, some
oh my
big
God.
fat gay dude.
That's why I don't have. That's why I don't watch TV anymore. I'm just done.
Question for Jen. Nancy says, Month ago, Carr died and ordered a new one that is supposed to be here this week. What day will it arrive? Thank you. What day will Nancy get her new car?
Friday.
Should have waited for the RV. It could get a better car.
Hi, Sue.
They said General Milley stopped taking the balloon down. Well, Milley needs to swing from a news. Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
Sue, it's your sinuses again. Anyway.
Yeah, these people are hell-bent on driving me insane. Complete 100% plus my deliverables and being penalized for things I did not do yet. You know, that happened to me at work all the time, too. I always got blamed for shit that I didn't do, and I just finally gave up. I'm like, I'm the guy everybody blames, maybe because my voice carries. I don't know what it is, but I just gave up on worrying about it. You just do your stuff and hope that somebody recognizes your...
So you need to put a humidifier on in the room, and that'll help. Okay.
Who's that for Sue?
Sue Jones, yeah. I've just answered. I know Sue for many years.
Hi, Jen. My name is Kay Neves. We've been working remotely for 3 years now. Do you see us going back to the office full-time or continuing to work in the office 3 days per quarter? Kay, will Kay be going back to the office sometime soon?
Yeah, it looks about like a month and a half. 6 weeks, something like that. Well, that's a month and a half. But yeah.
Deborah Thomas says, Jen, will my daughter get accepted to the private high school that she applied to? She's so hopeful. Would really help if we had her name, but will Deborah Thomas's daughter get accepted to the private school?
Not this time.
That she applied to.
They're full.
Not this one. They're full. That's sad. David Murdo, Jen, my son Ryan, age 8, keeps having bloody noses. Will it pass or should we be worried? Is this the humidifier?
No, that was for Sue and her sinuses, but I'm really getting a dry thing going on with him. Inside his nose, his blood vessels are just really close to the surface. So you get dry skin irritation, and it's just something that's probably going to follow him in his lifetime, you know. Yeah. So a humidifier for him would help too.
I tend to have dry skin myself, and it just, you know. I did get nosebleeds when I was a kid. I got a lot more nosebleeds when I was doing blow when I was in my early 20s, but that's okay. Please pray for my cat, Sammy. At this moment, I'm not sure what's happening. I'm afraid of stroke. I'm going to call the vet, but please pray. Yeah, take him in, Lisa, and let him go if he's had a stroke. Don't make him.
Sammy.
He doesn't have to hang around.
For some reason, I think he could get past this, so take him in and then ask. It looks more like a seizure to me that he had.
Oh, yeah. It could be that they're preparing for the State of the Union, but why would they need fences up around the Capitol for the fucking State of the Union? They've never done that.
Well, that would make sense if he said for coming events.
Yeah. Hi, Jen. Mike and Jen. I'm in Buffalo, New York, and we had a loud explosion throughout Erie County this morning. And literally 5 minutes later, the media is reporting it as an earthquake. Was it an earthquake in New York today or not?
It's pretty rare to get a giant boom like that from an earthquake. I grew up in San Diego. You can.
Yeah, something would happen.
You can, but it really...
plant would.
It sounds more like something hitting something when that happens than something exploding. So, no.
Mike just placed another order with the CBD Gurus. All right, make sure you let them know that you heard about them from our show. It's a mutually beneficial relationship. Jennifer, this is Susan. You told her to get a humidifier, right?
Yes.
Susan Jones, you already did. Okay. Yeah. Susie Q. Yes, Mike, the forgiveness thing. I asked God for forgiveness and hurt in my spirit. I've always forgiven you. It's time you forgive yourself.
Oh, yeah. I could tell you about forgiveness. I've got a whole long spiel about it. But first of all, first and foremost, Jesus taught us about forgiveness for you. It's to take that heavy pack of rocks off your back.
Yeah, that's what the whole thing. That's what the whole Jesus thing is that you don't have to forgive yourself or torture yourself for what you've done. I'll take that on. I'll take that burden on for you. That's the point of Jesus. Jen, the close of escrow on my sub shop keeps getting pushed back. When will it close? This week? Next week? This month? Next month? Anything?
20 something. 20 something of this month.
20 something of this month. Mary Gould, Jen, do you see a big red money dot in my February
Mary,
for me?
I thought we had one scheduled, Mary, for that. A yearly, or we did one. God, I can't remember anything anymore. I'm just so tired. I don't know what to do. Let me see. Show me Mary's clock. Let me see.
Here's my February.
Stop it.
Ferrari dealer better be getting ready.
I think that's good. You see Ron's. Just kidding. I'm kidding. Looking good, Mary. It's looking good.
Good for you. Mary L says, my son just got a new puppy and her name is Lola. That's cute. What does she need to feel better about her new home? I'm sure she just misses the other puppies. Just reinforcement and love, like lots of love and cuddles, right? That's usually what does it.
Yeah. That's it. She'll get used to it. She's just, it's almost like they get used to their surroundings. When we got Bear, our shepherd, he's so emotional. He was just like ruined when he, came to us, and it just took a lot of comfort and everything, and just, they need to trust. They need to trust you.
Yeah. A New York reporter who grew up in California said it was not like any earthquake he ever felt, more like an explosion. Lol, deep underground military bases. Yeah.
You can tell what an earthquake is and what's not. I mean, sometimes you have some weird sounds and some jolts, and you've got rolling and bangs and things like that, but you can really tell that that's something that came from down under the ground. It's a different feel to it.
99 Dash balloons. Hi, Mike and Jen. This is Marta. Do you see me with a new car in the next month or so? Mine is old.
Now, an earthquake could make things explode, like transformers and things.
Transformers, oil refineries.
Next month or so, car. Okay. Marta.
For Marta, yeah.
It's really more like in the spring. Definitely in the spring. I really want to say April or May that you get a car.
It's not very far off, though. Gloria wants to know if she's moving in May or June.
It's kind of like it's June. It's June.
Okay, over on Rumble, Wally Lane wants to know if he and Stacy are still going to be okay financially.
You just come screaming into the finish line, Wally. Yeah, it's like just right. Yeah, just the nick of time.
Okay. All right. And the last one, T. Regenhart. Jen, do you see me in my Florida this month? It would really help me out next month. All right, Jen, that is going to wrap it up. We got everybody's questions today after a couple of after Wednesday and Friday where we didn't get through all the readings because there was so much information coming out. I think where we're at now is things are looking good. We're in a good position. The Middle East. I mean, look, there are things happening in the news in Iraq that are in the clear, indicating this is going to happen. They may try to fuck with us for a little while and, we reduced the rate to 1140 or 385 dinars. They might try that BS. But believe me, the real thing, the big thing is coming. I don't think Jen thinks that's what's going to happen. And by the way, when we go in for our appointments, we're going to get higher rates. Jen says that. Other people are saying that. She was completely right about her Jentel last. That must be your dogs, Jen.
About her. Get used to that because we're gonna have 5. So
about her Jentel last week, and let's wait and see what happens this week. I think Wednesday, Thursday is what we're looking for now. We'll talk about it again on Tell the Truth Wednesday. Jen, thanks for being here. Any final messages before we head out?
it's still happening. It's real.
Okay, Sarah, registered nurse, real quick. Hi, Jen. Why does my miniature dachshund Leia have issues with where she eats and with certain people around only? You know, insecurity.
Very insecure. Anxiety. Yeah, I don't know. She's afraid somebody's going to take her food. She's more afraid someone's going to step on her. That's her biggest fear. Is that someone's going to step on her when she's not paying attention. So when she's eating, she wants people around her that she trusts because she's not looking out for who's walking around her. So that's her biggest fear.
Give her more space when she's eating. That would probably help too. Right? Okay. All right, guys, that's going to end the stream for today. Thanks for being here. We love you. We'll see you again on Tell the Truth Wednesday. And everybody have a great Monday, Tuesday. And let's go Eagles because nobody wants the Chiefs to win. Nobody. Patrick Mahomes talks like Kermit the Frog. Yeah, I threw it downfield and the guy got it. And I threw it like 5 yards, and then the guy ran 87 yards, and I got a 93-yard touchdown pass. Okay, love you guys.
Just stop.
See you later. That's Patrick Mahomes. Bye. I now have a David Hatcher Childress, I have a Mel K, and I have Patrick Mahomes. I talk like Kermit. All right, bye guys. Love you.